Welcome back to TME. Or honestly, at this point, I should probably call it Between Names. And yep, that's actually a real thing. It's the same predicament my so called life had back in the day. I'm talking about Jordan Catalano. Yeah, Jared Leto's character. He was in a band called the Frozen Embryos, and their lead singer, Tino, the guy you never actually see on screen, just bails, walks away. And the worst part, he came up with the name. So now the rest of the band is stuck like, what do we even call ourselves? Eventually they land on something else. I think it was Residue, but for a while, they were literally just between names. And that's exactly where I'm at right now. Because I'm not trucking anymore, so Truck Me Eccentrically doesn't really fit like it used to. Now, quick side note. I just had my birthday, March 20th, first day of spring. I told people at work, yeah, I bring the dawning of spring and all the allergies that come along with it. Nobody laughed. And honestly, the older I get it. It's not funny anymore. It's just true. But the real reason why I'm making this video is because I followed through on something I told you guys I would do earlier this year. I took a trip down to the Okefenokee Swamp. Not just to see gators, but because of Stephen C. Foster State Park. It's one of the darkest places in the Southeast. The kind of place where you can actually look up and see the sky the way it's supposed to look. Now, if you want the full experience, the boat tour, everything, I've got that on my main channel. I'll link it below. Because let's be honest, watching me sit here talking, not the most exciting thing in the world. And I know that. But this was different. I stayed 2 nights. The first night, I made a decision. No camera, no recording, nothing. Just be out there. And it hit me pretty quick. I haven't really seen a true night sky like that since I was a kid. Growing up around metro Atlanta, you don't realize how much light pollution takes away. I remember being like 5 or 6 years old and seeing the Milky Way regularly. Just normal. And being out there brought that feeling back. Now, I've seen dark skies before, like when I went to Cumberland Island as a kid when I was in the Boy Scouts. No city, no lights. But this felt different. Not just darker, deeper. Like, yeah, you can usually still see something like Ursa Major if you're outside the city, but out there, you don't just see the shape, you see everything inside it. And that is when it started to hit me. Now, here's the ironic part. I didn't actually see the Milky Way, which, yeah, that was a little disappointing. But it turns out it's just timing. This time of year, it sits low on the horizon, and you have to catch it at the right time, like between 2 and 5 a.m. with a clear view. In the summer, it's everywhere, but right now, it's a lot harder to see. So, yeah, I didn't see it. But what I did see was somehow more impactful. There was this one constellation, kind of triangular, almost like an upside down protractor shape. And the second I saw it, I knew it. Taurus. Not like I was seeing it for the first time, but like I was remembering it. Like something that had been burned into me as a kid and just buried over time. And that moment, that recognition, that's when everything shifted, because it didn't feel like I was just looking at the sky. It felt like something in me recognized it. Like my entire memory of being conscious, of dreaming, of just existing flashed back at me all at once. And it wasn't overwhelming, it was healing. And the crazy part is, that is why I went out there. Not to chase something. I wasn't trying to force anything. It just happened. And it didn't happen until I slowed down, cleared my mind, and stopped trying to get something out of it. It was almost like meditation, but instead of looking inward, I was projecting my awareness outward. And when that clicked, I felt connected to all of it. And it was beautiful. And somewhere in all of that, something else clicked. I walked away with real inspiration for the book that I've been working on. I've been trying to figure out how to structure the deeper parts of the story, especially the healing arcs. At first, it was just a general idea of grace, but now I'm seeing it differently. And this might sound a little out there, but I started thinking about it in terms of forces, like the kinds of forces that are always there, shaping reality whether we notice them or not. Gravity, electromagnetic force, the forces that hold everything together. Because when you really think about it, everything around us, everything that feels solid is being held together by things we can't see, even us. And if those forces weren't there, things wouldn't just fall apart, they'd lose their structure completely. And that idea started to hit me differently, because what if something similar is happening within us? What if there are forces, not physical, but just as real, that shape how we hold ourselves together, how we connect, how we break, and how we heal? And what I experienced out there helped me see that more clearly. So now, instead of just writing about grace, I'm building something more structured, more interconnected, where each character is shaped by something deeper, something they may not even understand. And the way those forces interact, that's what creates the art. That's what creates the change. And I didn't have that perspective before. Not like this. But standing under that sky, something just clicked. And for the first time, I felt like I might actually be onto something. And what I felt out there, it wasn't like a high. It wasn't something I now feel dependent on. It felt familiar, like something I already knew and just forgot. And that's why I wanted to share this, because if you know anything about my past, you know I've had my struggles, substance use, injuries. There was a time I was basically incapacitated, and yeah, it was real. But I'm not letting that define what I do moving forward. Like, recently, I went back to the gym, got on the treadmill, and ran 5 miles. And yeah, I probably shouldn't have lifted weights first. That's why I only made it 5. But still, I did it. And this guy next to me looks over at me and goes, "Where the hell are you getting that kind of energy from?" And I told him, since I quit nicotine, things started changing. And I'll be honest, I get way more satisfaction out of running now. The feeling you get from pushing yourself is better, way better. And I told him about my knee and about the doctor saying I might never run after surgery. And now, here I am, running. And he just goes, "Good job, man." And yeah, it is awesome. Not in a bragging way, but in a this is possible kind of way, because that's all I really want to do. I want to inspire people. Don't put a cap on what you're capable of. Be smart, take care of yourself, don't hurt yourself, but don't stop yourself before you even start. Because what you're seeing right now, this didn't happen overnight. You didn't see the months of work, the consistency, the effort, but that is what it takes. And I'm not stopping. I'm just going to see how far I can take it, because I've never done anything like this before. And honestly, it's exciting. I hope you guys are excited for me too. I'm going to leave you with that. I got to get to work. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you sticking with me. And if you want to check out the full Okefenokee trip or follow what I'm building, links are in the description. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.